Hi, beautiful girl. It's Mommy. I'm walking to get the mail. It's just a little raining. I just wanted to finish my story from yesterday about Mommy and Daddy's little love story. It's not something, you know, magnificent, but it's ours, and I would like you to know it. So it was back to our first date after much texting of Mommy trying to get your dad to want to hang out with me. He finally agreed for a date, and he said he was gonna come hang out with me when he got out of work. And I was waiting, and I started to get nervous. I didn't think he was going to show up. It was late, and I don't know what time it was, but I think it was really late. Like, I don't know if it was like 11 or 1 in the morning. Like, it was really late, and that's when he called me and he said he just finished work. And I thought he was blowing me off, but that's your dad. He loves to work late, and now we know that he's a night owl. He's always been like that, I guess. But at first it was I thought he was blowing me off. But anyways, he showed up with his dump truck, big green dump truck. And we got in my car and we went to Wendy's in West Haven, and we got Wendy's, and then we went to the West Haven Boardwalk Beach, and we went for a walk. And I remember, it was dark, and we went to go sit on the little playground that was there, and we were looking at the water, and he put his arms around me, and it was that was the first date, and it was nice, and then from there, I think dating was hard because, again, it was me waiting for your dad, and he would be late all the time, and I'd be so nervous sitting there waiting, and that was kind of rough. But then we kind of jumped into moving in together because your dad's dad moved to Florida, and I just moved into this apartment. I didn't even have all this furniture, so we kind of just jumped into living together. And at first it was it was a lot of fun, but it was nerve-wracking because your dad was a night owl and I'm a morning person. But we had our fun. We went to go ride quads. Your dad took me a couple times, and I loved doing stuff like that. And your dad would take me to work with him, and I loved being outdoors. And at first it was fun, and he was really good at doing tree work, and I would help him do firewood and stuff. But then sometimes it got exhausting. Like, okay, I want to do, something else now. And your dad's not much for going out to eat, but we did go out to eat a few times, and I think he put in more effort right at the beginning of the relationship to do things to make me happy, because he hates going out to eat. And we went to the movies a couple times, which was nice. And for our first year together, for my birthday, he actually took me to Florida and to visit his dad, and that was like really, really cool. And I thought that was really great of him, and I was like, oh wow. I was shocked. And then for his birthday, we went to visit my dad in North Carolina. So the first year together, that was pretty cool that we did that. Our first fight that we ever had was our first big fight was 2 months in that we were dating. And Mommy, me, I went and I bought a case of like a 6-pack case of Monster energy drinks. Your dad loved drinking Monster. He drank so many of those when I first started dating him, and I would drink one once in a while because I liked the tops. It was a thing where the tops were different colors, and you would save them and put them on your keyring, like blue, red, green. But So I bought him a 6-pack of those, and I cut out literal Monster Energy symbols, because your dad would always have the stickers or put them on his quad or his truck, and I printed them off the computer, and I made confetti and I sprinkled them over the Monster Energies, and I think I don't know, bought him a pack of cigarettes or something, and I put happy 2-month anniversary, and we were living together at the time, and I guess I didn't realize how crabby your dad is in the morning, and he is 10 years later still the same. He's very crabby in the morning. So it's not you at first. Please, baby, no, it's not you. I kept thinking it was me. I was doing something wrong, but it's just your dad's just not a morning person, and he's just really crabby in the morning until he has his cigarette and his coffee. And at first I thought it was me, but it was 2 months, and he got up, and I was so excited for him to get up and have this cute little thing I made. It was small, but it was this cute little thing, and I was so excited about it. And he didn't even want to look at it. And he's like, I'm going to work. And I'm like, do you see what I left for you? Do you see that? Happy 2 months anniversary. And he got really mad, and he wouldn't even look at it. And he said, I'm going to work. And I'm like, he goes, yeah, so what? And I was like, so what? You don't care? I got really hurt by it. And he got really mad. The more I tried to push him and say, you don't care, the more angry he got. And I guess I should have just left him alone. I just really hurt my feelings, and I didn't know at the time that he was so miserable in the morning. So that was our first fight. So just want you to know that, baby, it's not you. Your dad is just crabby in the morning. And I don't know if you'll be a morning person like your mom, or a night owl like your dad, or just be you. You're you. You're unique, and you're you, and I love you. So that's that. And then your dad had mentioned, wanting to have kids, and I actually had this allergic reaction. This strange thing happened. I had an allergic reaction to a birth control pill, and I had hives all over, and I actually went to the emergency room because I didn't know what was wrong with me. And it was when my doctor tried to change my birth control pill. So I tried a few times, and I was covered in hives. And at this point, me and your dad were dating, I don't know, a year or so, I don't know. And your dad was like, oh, well, maybe it's a sign that we need to have, kids. And at this point, he didn't see Sophia in a few years, and I never met her. And I was just really nervous about the whole thing. And I had this picture in my head that I wanted to be married first. So me and your dad actually did try to have kids for 6 months when I got off the birth control pills, and it didn't, I had to get off of them because of the allergic reaction, and it didn't work. So I said, I'm really want to be married first. So then he said, okay, let's get married. And he said, we'll go after work and go pick out a ring. And I said, are you serious? And so we went to Zales, and we picked out an engagement ring for me. So there was no real proposal, no big thing. But that was our love story. It's not magnificent, but it's ours. And I wanted this dream wedding. So we stopped, trying for a baby, and we started planning for our wedding. And I wanted this magnificent wedding. I wanted things to be like they should. You get married, you buy a house, and then you have kids. I had this thing in my head that that's how it was supposed to go, this picture. So then I was planning this huge extravagant wedding that I've dreamed of. I don't know, I guess I was trying to impress make all my dreams come true, plus impress, I guess, everybody. I don't know why. I always cared what people thought, and I just want you to know I realized that now. I thought I had to do things like you were supposed to, so people would think, certain things like you were a good person or whatever, but life does not always go as planned, and you can't force it to. And I was trying to force it to, and your dad wasn't really into this big extravagant wedding, and I was kind of forcing it, but it was stressful, and but your dad went along, and we ended up having I guess a good time, but there was some stressful things along the way, and we couldn't make everybody happy, and didn't handle everything the best along the way. It was kind of we did the best that we could, but anyways, it was still beautiful. And then me and your dad went on a cruise to the Caribbean as our honeymoon, and it was your dad's first cruise, and that was my dream vacation. My parents took me when I was a kid, and that was my favorite thing in the whole world, and I always wanted to do that again. I always wanted to take you, baby, so I hope you make it one day. The Caribbean is beautiful, and the cruises are my favorite because there's so much to do, so much adventure, so much food, so many shows, rock climbing, and then when you get to the island, there's so much to do, quad